What's happening, my people? So another episode of Walking Dead has passed, man. You know they doing this. People wondering why the Walking Dead, like why the viewership isn't where it was and this and that. Like a lot of it, some people have jumped ship and stuff, but they showing the episodes a week early. Like people, they're gonna have access to it. People gonna watch the episodes online, and they're gonna watch it as soon as possible. They're not gonna wait till the TV. And if they're a week behind, so this is a week early. But this is Walking Dead, season 11, episode 5, man. Let's get into this. This your boy ChanceJolivette, aka Smooth. Look, it starts off, Erin is having a nightmare. All the factions are around him, from Alpha and then the Whisperers, all kind of people. Who the ones with the W on the head, a bunch of people, they all trying to kill him. So he's trying to protect his people in this and that. They end up killing him. Turns out it's a nightmare. But he wakes up. He wakes up just to see that things are not good. Things are not good. There is a breach in the wall. Supplies are low. It's looking like it might be time to abandon ship. So Alexandra is in a bad way right now. We move on to the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth, they going through orientation at the moment. They being assigned jobs. Like it's a classist society. Like at the Commonwealth, they are the closest that we have came to regular civilization. But it's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means. So everybody is getting assigned jobs based on what they were doing back in the days before the fall. Yumiko, she is kind of being isolated. She's being handled differently because she is Harvard educated and stuff. So, but she's trying to find her brother. She's trying to find her long lost brother. That's why they didn't escape earlier on when they could have, because she seen her brother on the wall. The thing I don't like about that is because that's Michonne's storyline. Michonne found her long lost daughter, and she was a cake maker and this and that. They were like, oh, Michonne's gone. We have the story already, so we're gonna give this to Yumiko. I don't like that. That's lazy writing and stuff, man. It's like we had this all pieced together, so let's just throw it to the next person. I don't like that. If Michonne never left the show, would they still have gave this storyline to Yumiko? I very much doubt it. Maggie and Negan, they still pushing through. They button heads, man. The trust is not there. Negan, he thinks he's necessary. He's saving Maggie or something. Maggie is way more than capable. He's like, he's keeping her alive. She throws a knife. He dodges it in. She kills a walker behind him, and it shows that, like, I can handle myself. Like, I don't need you. And if I wanted to kill you, I can kill you. So the last thing we hear from Negan at that point, Negan like, shit. Because he knows it. He knows if Maggie wanted to kill him, if she wanted to be dirty, she can do it. And still probably make it back to the crew and survive on her own. But Negan is a successful survivor as well, man. Both of them are crucial to life as we know it with Alexandra and stuff. They can be two great cogs, but they just butt heads because of their history. Their history is just, man, you can't blame her. Man. Erin and the crew, they end up at Hilltop. They're looking for supplies and stuff that's left behind, but it's been picked clean, and all they really find is people that they left behind that's burnt in dead walkers. Like, so they have to kill all their old people and stuff. It's no important people. Like, I don't recognize any of them. A Walking Dead fanatic might recognize, like, oh, that was Timmy. I don't know them people. I'm like, oh well. So they killing them. They said, oh no. Back to Alexandra. Ass Kicker is teaching classes. She teaching all the little small people, the young people, how to, this how you kill a walker. Get on your back foot. So she doing well. She trying to teach them how to survive. Now the older kids, they out at the wall. They playing with the walkers and stuff. She like, don't do that. Like, what are you doing? Like, Ass Kicker she's not a dummy. She's like, you don't play with them. They not toys. Like, they can get through it and kill us. They looking down on her because she a little child. Like, man, and pushing and stuff. I'm like, what's wrong with these kids? Ass Kicker comes up. Like, she's not one of y'all. She been out in the world. Like, she knows how to survive. And she's a monster. She's a little beast. She pull out her little miniature sword and she put it to his neck. You do that again. Do that again. But he had said, he was like, that's why your family abandoned you. Like, what? What? Like, dog, that's cold-blooded. And she had I wish she did like her brother. You remember when Carl went through his rebellious stage? Carl was out there killing people. Like, Carl was looking like he was going to the dark side. Like, so, if Ass Kicker felt the need to slit his throat, I'd be like, runs in the family. Hey, Carl was killing the kids. Hey, it happened. It happened. I'm not lying. Go back and watch the episodes. Carl was killing kids in the woods. Negan and Maggie, they hold up at a suburb. Maggie wants to save everybody, man. She's like, we need to stay and we need to wait on the rest of the people. We gotta get supplies to save everybody. Negan is trying to think of it more realistic. He's like, if they haven't made it yet, they're not gonna make it. They probably did. You gotta think about Lil Herschel. We not gonna be able to grab all these supplies or something. Like, he's being pessimistic. So they have different theories and different ideas of what to do. Maggie is kind of the right one in this situation because they end up kind of scrapping in this and that, and the crew ends up showing up. They end up showing up, and so she was right. Like, wait on people, man, and like, just be positive, and some things might actually happen. Like, we actually, I guess, in Negan's lifetime, before he turned into Negan, the person that we know, like, whenever he was out on the road and he was doing his thing, like, every bad thing was happening to him. Like, there was no optimism to be had. Like, whenever he met people, they died instantly. Like, whenever he tried to save somebody, it didn't work out. Like, there was a Negan comic book, and so was the story of Negan. It was similar to the Negan episode, and so it kind of showed, like, he wasn't like super bad at first, and then he kind of like, whenever he start like getting in his Negan bag and being kind of like badass, that's when people followed him and respected him. So that's just what brought him to survival. That's how he survived. So that's why they just different. They different, man. I talk about Yumiko's storyline. I already said that. Hilltop, they find a small faction of whisperers. They see some whisperers, but they being herded, or whatever. And so they like, that's not normal. They must have a whisperer in the crew. So they go fight them and stuff. It turns out there's a whisperer. He looks very meek and stuff. It's like, dude is just trying to survive. That's how I see it. But the whisperers, they did so much damage to the crew that Aaron and them is like, you tell us where the rest of them are. He thinks there is a big crew of them or something. There aren't many whisperers left. They want to lock him up in someplace. What do you call it? In a basement or something, a cellar. They want to lock him up in a cellar, but turns out there's a couple extra whisperers there. They just trying to find asylum or trying to find a safe place at the moment. Like, you can see all of them are cowering. They're not the same whisperers. And Aaron is like, you're the whisperers. Oh, where are you at? And he's turning into the people that they have been running away from and trying to get away from this whole time. Like, he's turning into a monster. Like, it's a small line between being a good guy and being a monster in the Walking Dead universe. Like, I keep saying like, I don't like that. Commonwealth, close up. I already said that it's close to normal that we have seen so far. They have amenities, they have ice cream and all this and that, but it's not perfect. Little kids at Alexandria, they some assholes. Judith, she has a moment with Rosita where she's like thinking about what the dude said, and like, your family abandoned you, and it's like her daddy's gone, her brother's dead, Michonne has left. Like, she's lost everybody. The only person she has is Rick's half-breed son. So, damn it, I didn't have to call him a half-breed. That was wrong. I come from the South. I come from Louisiana, man. We not good. You watch Boosie? But yeah, she's pretty much lost everybody, man. But Rosita is trying to comfort her. They have a nice little moment in the episode. Aaron and crew, they have the Whisperer contained, and it shows like the thin line between being a good guy and a bad guy and stuff. And at this moment, Aaron is falling into the bad guy category. He's got a walker in habit, almost biting the homeboy and stuff, and he ends up letting him bite his hand. Like, you don't let homeboy lose an appendage because you trying to find out some answers, and homeboy is telling you everything that he knows. They aren't any big faction of whisperers. They're dead. They're dead, man. Like, let it go. The other people, like Carol and them, have to save the dude. They like, stop it, Aaron. You doing too much. You doing too much. Like, I went down a dark path whenever my adopted son died. Yumiko, she ends up finding her brother. He was a surgeon in the past lifetime, but he lied to the people. He's a cake maker now. And is the most happy that he's ever been. He knows the inner workings of this situation, and he knows if they knew that information, they would really be using him in a large way, because he would be such an important member of the community. So that's why he's keeping that under wraps. He's like, please don't mess this up. Don't mess this up, Yumiko. You were very controlling. Don't mess up my life, because I've been happy. And they've been there the whole time. So if he had to go beyond the walls, he died. Because he was there at the beginning. They never were out there fighting walkers and stuff like that. Aaron looking no better than Negan and them. He let the walker bite him. Eugene gets to radio back to the community. Him and his little girlfriend, they sneak. But he gets caught, so he gets locked up. Won't let me out. Won't let me out. Eugene. Negan and Maggie, they butt heads right before they tear each other apart, but the people show up, so I kind of talked about that. So Maggie was right in waiting for the people and this and that. Mysterious guy Hornsby, he was from the orientation videos and stuff. He shows up. He's like, let them go, because they were talking about giving them a trial, and they was going to have to pay for their deeds and all this and that. Hornsby is like, these people are important. You might not know it, but I kind of see them being important to our civilization because they are survivors. They seem to be good people, probably. Let them go. We're going to see what we can do. And they still going to have to owe them something. They're going to have to owe them something. Homeboy, we end off at the Hilltop, and they leaving dude behind, the Whisperer, and he like, I want to tell you, how can I let y'all know that I'm not a bad guy, that we have changed, and I'm going to give y'all some information. Your friend was still alive at the Screaming Cave or whatever, talking about Connie. So, we find out that Connie is still alive. So, we knew that from the season finale. And the dude that Michonne had found, he had ended up picking Connie up. I hope they find her soon. Like, that'll be very dope. I wonder for Daryl. I would like Daryl to get back to the community and actually get to see her. And her sister being able to see her and stuff, man. Like, that's gonna be interesting. But we shall see. This was a cool episode, man. There was a lot of like roles being not reversed or something, but like seeing people having to make choices, make the hard choices, and some of the choices could make them be a bad guy. Like Negan wanting to leave people behind, Aaron doing what he did, even the ass kicker on her decision whether to kill these damn kids. She should have stabbed him. But it was a cool episode, man. But I thirst for more. I want to see what happens with more storyline and stuff. So I really want to see what happens with Daryl, where he's at, and that little crew. Those military cult people. Like, that's interesting. And I hope his little girlfriend dies, because I kind of want him and Connie to try to do a little something. But being that there is going to be a Daryl and Carol spinoff, that's probably not going to happen. But like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest and the most hated man. Holla at your boy. Peace.